Webheads, today we're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man issue 50 and the reveal of Kindred. Was it worth the wait? Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0 and fans. I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, we're talking about the long-awaited issue 50 of Amazing Spider-Man. We're getting the reveal of Kindred. So, obviously, guys, there's going to be spoilers in this particular discussion. So if you have not read your copy, please read your copy, then come back and see this video and see my thoughts on Nick Spencer's run in general up until this point and the Kindred reveal. Okay, so let's talk about Spencer's run a little bit before we get into the whole Kindred thing. Okay, so Nick Spencer in the beginning, I think, has done a really great job with giving some excitement to Spider-Man, reintroducing Mary Jane to the title again, having, very good Peter moments and whatnot. And I thought that was a lot of fun. We've had some fun story arcs with Craven and whatnot and the Tablet of Time. And you've gotten hints dropped that Kindred is coming, but you never knew when Kindred was coming. So you had an excitement of a new villain, right? But my issue was, how long is this going to take until we get the reveal of Kindred? And the lead up into that got less and less exciting for me. And all I wanted to know at this point was who this character is so we can move along with this character, okay? So finally, in this particular issue, we finally get that reveal, right? And now we can finally move on with this story. So when it comes to the reveal, we found out that in this particular issue that Harry Osborn is Kindred. Now, I'm not surprised. We had the Green Goblin in the last story, and it obviously all led up to Norman or Harry Osborn. And I was like, oh man, really? I actually was a little bit disappointed. Or was I disappointed, or did I just didn't care anymore, right? Because I just want to get the reveal over with and get the story moving on, okay? So now that we get the reveal of Kindred, I'm like, okay, it's Harry. It's a character that we've known. I wish it was somebody else, maybe somebody new, maybe somebody like Flash Thompson, something different besides always the Osborn family. And the other thing that I don't like about this particular story arc is that the Spider family is involved. It reminds me a lot of a Batman book. It's like when the ante is high, it's like, oh, we gotta get we gotta get the Bat family involved. Well, it's the same thing here. The Spider family is involved, because it's a huge deal. And I just feel like they do a lot of nothing in this particular story arc, and now they've become victims. I wish that they weren't in here and we could just leave them all out of it and let Spider-Man deal with his own problems, right? It's better when it's Spider-Man dealing with Norman or Harry, and that's just classic Spider-Man right there. So I kind of wish they left that alone with this particular story arc. So what I'm looking forward to when it comes to this whole Kindred situation, now that we got the reveal, I want to know the journey. I want to know now how Harry Osborn became this creature that is, stalking everybody, how it's creating everyone to have nightmares and whatnot. What did Peter do? Because Peter is going to Doctor Strange and saying, hey, I made a deal with a demonic entity. So is that going back to Mephisto, back to those days, right? I'm very curious to see. And what did Norman do? Did Norman do something to cause Harry to become this crazy Kindred-like creature? That is the answers that I'm looking forward to. And I'm hopeful that when it comes to issue 50, The Last Remains, those story threads come together and we get a better understanding of how Harry became Kindred, right? So I think this is a good story. I just felt like it took too long to get to this point. It was just dragged out way too long from Nick Spencer. So again, the reveal at this point, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe this, right? It did not have that oh wow factor of like a Venom issue 28 spoilers where you found out that Codex is Eddie Brock's son, right? Or that virus was Scorpion or Matt Gargan, right? They didn't drag that out. It was like 3-4 issues and you found out and you're like, oh man, you're like, that's awesome. Here, 50 issues in and you're like, oh, it's Harry. Surprise, surprise. It's tied to the Osborn family. Like there's nothing new. There's nothing different. Yes, we get a different version of Harry, but there's nothing really different about, a new villain here. It's Harry Osborn. I do like how it is a little bit darker and it fits the story arc. It started off light and it's gotten darker and darker and darker. But at the end of the day, I'm still kind of on the fence if I'm really enjoying Nick Spencer's run. I want to see the finished product when it comes to him writing this whole Kindred storyline. And then I want to see what happens after the fact. When Kindred's all done being written from Nick Spencer, is that the end of Nick Spencer's run? Is this the story that he wanted to tell and that is it? So at the end of the day, when it comes to the overall issue itself, I thought it was pretty good. Again, I didn't like the Spider family. The Sin Eater part, he's kind of just disappeared at this part. I do like how Norman Osborn is no longer the Green Goblin. He's been cleansed of his sins. And now, how is he going to become the Green Goblin again? Does he want to become the Green Goblin again? Is this the only way that he'll be able to fight his son? So that will be interesting, So there are some good dynamics in this comic book. However, again, there's something about it that I still don't say, oh my God, this is the best Amazing Spider-Man story ever. And the one thing that I've said for a while now is that there doesn't seem like there's ever a real threat for Spider-Man, okay? It's like we have Sin Eater, and he was so easily defeated in the last issue. Even though it was a fun issue, fun popcorn issue, it was so convenient the way he was defeated. Now this looks like that Kindred could be that villain that actually puts up a challenge and something is at risk for Spider-Man, right? So it could go in a couple different ways. So we'll see what happens with it. So at the end of the day, I think I'm going to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Some people may not agree with me on this particular one, but we'll see what happens going forward. And by the time it's all done and over with, it could be a much better issue. So guys, tell me what you think. Was it worth the wait to find out who Kindred was? Did you not care and you just wanted to finally get on with the story? So guys, tell me all those answers. Did you like the issue, Kindred, all that stuff? And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell. Check out more content right here from me. And until next time, everybody, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.